Okay, before we install the Focus Atlas control software, we must check if our computer configuration is matched for uh, Atlas printing. Must be sure the configuration is enough. So first we go to computer, property. We check if the CPU, the core must over 2.0 GHz for high speed. It's better to use the i7 4-core or 8-core. And the memory must over 8 gig. And the system Windows 7 or Windows 10 is okay, no problem. And also, then the most important is we must be sure the network card must be Giga network card because we need to use the Ethernet cable to control the printer. So how to check it? So first we go to the internet. We right click the icon, open the internet setting. We go to internet option. We go to change the adapt option. And we find out the internet option. We go to property. Here we can see the speed here. So if the speed here show 1.0 Gbps, that means your computer network card is Giga network. If the speed show 100 Mbps or 10 or lower Mbps, that means your internet network card is not Giga. So you need to change the computer or refresh, update your computer configuration to the Giga internet of the hardware of your computer. So we need to check this before we do the installation of the printer. Okay, welcome back. So this video will teach you how to install the control software and the RIP software for the Focus Atlas UV printer. So first, please check the package that go with the machine delivered. There's a USB flash go with the machine package. So just first insert the USB to your computer, and then you will got this file named a folder named Focus Atlas support. When you open it, here have lots of information to get your installation. First one is the installation video, and also the user manual, and then the control software, and RIP software, and also some test print file. So this video will teach you how to install the control software and RIP software. Also do some setting. So first we do the installation of the control software. So first we open the control software folder, and here are two files. One is zipped, another one is not zipped. So we just double click and choose the language by English, and then apply next, and choose the installation folder. Normally we just install to the C disk, then next, and next, and next, then install. Then click finish. Then we got the icon named Focus Atlas 1311 icon. on your desktop. And when we double click it and we choose allow, then we can see this kind of file that open. And now this control software is not connect with the printer. So here we can see here show offline disconnection. So we need to insert the insert the Ethernet cable to your computer. Then we do some setting. Okay, then after we install the control software, we need to do some setting of our computer, because the Focus Atlas we using the Ethernet cable but not the USB cable. We use the Ethernet cable to connect the computer with the printer. So first we need to go to the computer. We do some setting of the internet. So first we go to internet. We open the internet setting. And we go to the internet cable, internet setting here. And then we go to the change the adapter option. And we find out the Ethernet connection option. If your option is closed, we must to open. Now it's closed, need to open. And you need to remove the Ethernet cable from your computer right now. Then we go to property, and we find out the internet TCP/IP4 option. Double click, and here we must input the IP address. First, the IP address. Here, maybe some different country have different IP address. For example, right now in China, we put 192.168.127 and 9, and automatic coming out for the ucode. And then we put the default code. We put 192.168.127 and 1. And the next we just keep as default by automatic empty. Then we click like to save it. Then we go back to check again. We set the IP address as this from a computer. And the TCP/IP6 we keep no change. So remember, we just change the TCP/IP4 policy. Put the IP address as here. After that, we go back to the control software. So if you're the first time to open the control software, we need to do some setting of the IP address. So first we go to the advanced option, and we go to the advanced, and we find out the net setting here, and we choose TCP option, and if we choose the first one, the internet model, and here we put the local IP address by that address we put before from the internet setting. So we go to again here, we find the property, we find the TCP/IP4, and we can find out the address here. So we put before we put on the computer is 172.168, 127 and 0.9. So we put them on the software. 128.192.168.127 and 9. Then we click set. Then we show the local host IP setting is successful. Then the IP address setting, the IP setting of the control software is finished. But you can see right now, because we are the first time to open the control software and we not connect the internet cable, the net cable to the computer. So it's here show disconnection. So here is all the procedure to install the Atlas control software and do the IP address setting to do the preparation job before we connect the printer with the software. Okay, before we install the Focus&RIP software to the computer, we need to insert the USB key, the dongle key, to the computer. So we find out the USB key from the package. Then we insert to the USB plug of the computer to be sure the light is on, like this. Then we start to install the Focus&RIP software. Okay, after we insert the USB key to the computer, then we go to find out the Focus Atlas support folder. And we find out the RIP software. Here we have two different kinds of RIP. First is the Focus&RIP version. Another one is the pre-factory RIP. And this RIP is according to your optional purchasing. If you only bought Focus&RIP, then you will only have Focus&RIP. If you have pre-factory, you will have pre-factory RIP. So which RIP for using is depend on the purchase list that you bought from Focus. So first, for example, we take Focus&RIP. So we open the RIP file. We unzip the file to local disk. And we double click to start the installation. First, we choose the language by English. We click yes. Next, we choose the installation folder that we want. We command you to take to install to the disk C. Yes. Then next. We choose prepare. Next. Then we choose finish. And next. Then finish. After we finish the installation, and we will got one icon on the desk, and we just input the USB key to the computer, and we open the RIP. It will show the Focus&RIP. And first we go to the icon on the top left, we go to printer setting. We choose the print model as Ricoh GI model as default. If not, we just set as default. We choose this one. Be sure this model G5i is as default. Then we go to exact. So here's the interface of the RIP. Now this video teaches you how to install the Print Factory RIP software. So first we open the Focus Atlas support folder for the USB flash. Then we can find that there are lots of information on the folder: installation video, user manual, control software, RIP software, and test print file. Then we find out the RIP software. It have two RIP, Focus RIP and Print Factory RIP. So we open the Print Factory RIP. Now here also have four folders: the software, license key, ICC profile, and using tutorial for some video and manual to get you how to use, how to use the Print Factory RIP, and also how to make ICC profile. But for the ICC making, it requires more professional operation. So if you are not familiar with the Print Factory RIP and not familiar with the ICC making procedure, so please do not use it. Just use the default ICC profile from Focus, and also use the ink that provided by Focus company. And also this Print Factory RIP, it requires the license key, the digital number. So each Print Factory RIP go with one special, unique, independent license key. One key only used for one RIP software. It does not need the physical USB dongle key as the Focus RIP. So it's for registration from the internet, then put the license key for using. So before we activate the license, we first must install the RIP software. So we open the software and we double click the RIP. Then we choose extract and next receive the policy. Then we go to internet registration. So first here we show you to input the license key. So we go to the folder, license key. Here is the license key file. Please remember one key for one software. Here is our demo machine key. It's not used for RIP software. So you need to find the key that at the flash disk. We copy the key and we input to the diagram. And next, receive. Next, here we let you to input to register the account, set up the account for the Print Factory. You can input your personal information. and set up the password. For safety, you need to save it. Then we show you this license key is active, succeed. Then click finish. Then we click install. This is for update software. For this step, you need to make your internet working. So after we install the pre-factory RIP and we already download and update the pre-factory RIP to the nearest version, then we can see they have 1, 2, 3, 4 icons on your computer belong to pre-factory RIP. So we just use this one, the pre-factory RIP, for printing. So we just double click to open it. And we need to do some setting step by step. So first we need to set up the output device. So we choose folder and we select. We can put this folder is used for backup the file, to store the file after RIP. So we can choose disk. We can choose C or D that with bigger memory. For example, we put to D to D or C. It's better for setup to D. So we set up as PF plus RIP. And then we choose this folder for setup for the folder for output device after RIP. Okay, so after we already install the pre-factory RIP, then we need to do some setting for the reference ICC profile and other setting. So we find out the pre-factory icon, double click it. Then here we can see the name, the Focus G5i model for this RIP model. And then we need to go to edit. We find out the restore preference. And then we choose browse. And we go to find out the support Atlas support folder. Go to RIP software and print factory RIP. And we go to number 3, restore preference option. And here we can see there's a file named backup focus atlas PF RIP restore preference. We choose it, click open, and I choose yes. Then here we can see the setting all are restored back to the RIP. So here we can see the setting of hard UV ink, soft UV ink, and for each material like flat medium, high cube medium. The flat medium means the medium is flat surface,
as glass, acrylic board, PVC board, all are for flat media. And the high cube media is as the basketball, bottle, drinking bottle, mugger, that media with high cube thickness. So we need to use the high job size and use the different print wave to print. And also each setting have different paths, a 6 paths and a 4 paths. The 6 paths is for high quality printing, but the speed is lower than 4 paths. The 4 paths is for high speed printing, but printing quality is worse than 6 paths. So all have different setting for different material and also for different requirements. All the setting all the setting we are setting already before delivery, so do not any change. And also you can right click to go to choose setup queen. Here you can see all the settings belong to this kind of preference, as the printing size 1.3 times 1.1 meter and the profile standard ICC profile, all are we match already, so not change. So this the preference we need to load to the RIP. After we load the preference setting, then we can start to RIP the job. So here we have two kind of methods to RIP a job. First, we go to this kind of setting, preference, RIP a file, load a picture by this method. So first we need to know what kind of media we want to print. For example, right now I want to print a picture on the high cube media. I want to print a picture on the bottle, or print on the high cube basketball. So the basketball is belong to high cube media, and I want to print with high quality. So I need to choose 6 paths, high cube media. And the basketball is hard material but not soft material. So I choose high cube, hard UV ink, high cube media. After I choose this option, then we right click the mouse and choose add job. Then load picture. For example, I want to print a girl with white with varnish on the basketball for sure. So I choose this file with TIFF format. This TIFF format. This picture with white and varnish spot channel already by Photoshop. So when we open the Photoshop, this picture we can see here it have white and varnish spot channel already. If you close, we are not printed with white and varnish by spot channel. If you open, it will print with white and varnish as the image position you want. For example, this one, the white, or print with full square, and the more dark position print with more white ink. But for varnish, here only the black area with print varnish. The empty white and base, we are no print any varnish. So after we set up already the picture by Photoshop, and we load to the RIP. After you load, it will automatically go to the top position, 0 position. And also we can change the position size. We choose this file. We can pure to change different size position. Also we can put the position here. And then the image size I want to print. For example, I want to print with 200mm. After we set the printing size, then we need to set the white special ink. So here, when we go to the white channel, there's white spot channel already detected by the RIP. Here with white and varnish WV, that's what we name from the RIP here. So I want to print with white ink on white spot channel, W spot channel. So I adjust the white I choose W, and 100% white ink density, and varnish I choose V layer. If by this way you choose W and V, so all the white ink and varnish print position will according to the RIP, according to the Photoshop that we set up the channel from here. But if I choose and color or and white or inverse density like this, then it will print only with the certain position of this setting, but not detect the special spot channel from Photoshop. So what kind of printing quality or result you want, you can set as you want. But we strongly recommend you to choose to process the picture from Photoshop first. Then you can print any position with any white or color or varnish as you want to get the better printing effect. So after we set the spot channel and the sides, then from here we can see all the settings are set already, as hard UV ink and the ICT profile, the color standard, all are loaded already as the preference. Then we just not need to do any setting, or we can do some small setting from here, mineral printing or building printing. We -1 for we put 0.1 for make sure the white ink will not print overlap. For varnish, like this. Also have some special setting from here. After we setting, then we go to press submit to submit the file to the RIP. So from here, then we go back to here. We can see the file already and the processing. So after RIP, we can see the picture already processed, already finished, completed. Then we go to the output folder. We can go to see here output folder. So we can see all the file, all the history printing processed file, all are processed already with PRM file, PRT file. Then we load this file to the RIP, load the file to the control software for print. So this is the first method. We process, we RIP the picture. But if we want to do the setting by ourselves, by customer setting, so we can go by this way. We go to the left top plus icon, press add job by this way. Then we load the picture we want to print. For example, this one. So here we can set the size. This table size not in the change, but we can set the position, the size, ICT profile. We can choose by ourselves the speed, or we can set by ourselves like this, the color, rapid result, and all the settings we can choose by ourselves. We set up the file name, then we submit. We load the picture here, and we setting, submit. Then the file go to this position for processing. Okay, so these two methods to RIP the file from the preference area or from the laptop direct to other job. But we recommend you to set from here to RIP, right click other job from here, because by this way it's more fast and it can prevent you do some wrong operation because all the preference we are setting already. Okay, so for other operation, you can go to the support folder. You go to RIP software, and here have a lot of user manual tutorial video to teach you the other operation for the RIP, and also have a user manual for that. And also, if you are professional, you have the battery or I1 facility, you can try to learn to make an ICC profile by yourself. But if you are freshman, you are interman, so we strongly recommend you to take the ICC profile that's already in the RIP software for safety. Okay, so this is all the procedure for installation and using for the printer factory RIP. Thank you.